By the end of 2024, people were talking about an altcoin season starting in Q1 of 2025. And we are halfway into the Q1 of 2025 and there are no signs yet for an altcoin season, and Bitcoin has been dominating major portions of the crypto market, with the ETFs and also governments like the Abu Dhabi and others coming in and buying the Bitcoin ETFs and ultimately giving it a supply shock and the price going up. But in today's video, we are going to reveal 3 charts which are indicating that an altcoin season might just be around the corner. And guys, these are not only just crypto, these are macroeconomic factors that I'm going to reveal in today's video. So with that being said, let's jump on to the video. Hello friends, my name is Soham and I welcome you to Crypto Bulls Club. If you're new to this channel, make sure to smash up the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you're watching us on X, then do follow us for more such videos. So guys, without further ado, let's jump on straight on to the video right away. And as you can see, the Bitcoin is currently trading at around the $97,000 mark, and Ethereum has actually gained some grounds against Bitcoin because Bitcoin is down 0.5%. However, Ethereum is up about 0.2%. So that's a very little kind of gain. But if you look at the overall alts market, it on CoinGecko, we can see a lot of greenery. However, Bitcoin has been a little bit on the sideways, right? Now, as I told you, that we are going to cover 3 charts today, and that are very, very interesting, my friends, right? And there's one bonus chart as well that I'm going to show you in today's video. So the first chart, as I told you guys, is not only about crypto, it's about gold, guys, right? So as you can see, we are on the gold chart. Now, how is gold actually related to crypto? You may ask that question as to, so why are you covering gold wherein we want to discuss about the altcoin season? Guys, gold is a safe haven asset, and if you look at the gold chart, there is nothing but bearishness there, right? From a chartist point of view, if you just do not tell me what chart is this and just show me the pattern, this is extremely bearish, my friend. Why gold being bearish is good for the altcoins? Because money tends to flow from safe haven to riskier assets, right? And as we know, Bitcoin is of course a riskier asset, but altcoins are more riskier, right? So if gold corrects, then there are good chances that that money may flow into the stock markets and ultimately flow into some of the riskier crypto assets as well. Now, what is so bearish about gold? Now, we are on the daily time frame. Now, the first thing that I want to highlight is this particular candle that we had on 14th of Feb, that's on Valentine's Day. This is a bearish engulfing candle, my friends, right? As you can see, we have covered the previous day's candle and the day prior to that as well with this huge red candle, and that is actually good news. Also, in addition to that, if you look at the weekly time frame, guys, on gold, we can clearly see that the last week's candle right here was a topping tail candle, friends, right? So it had a long tail, no support on the upside. However, it came down and created a kind of an inverse hammer or a topping tail. This actually signs the top of an uptrend, right? So we had an uptrend starting right from 30th of December when the gold was just around $2,600. It went all the way up to $2,950, and from there it got a pullback, as you can see, 1.54% in just the last 24 hours that gold corrected by, and this is extremely bearish. In addition to this, if we go to the monthly chart as well, we'll be able to see that if we pull out the RSI, this is actually forming a bearish divergence. How is this a bearish divergence? Here we can see the price has made a higher high. However, the RSI has made a lower high, although you might argue that there are still about 12 days and 7 hours from the time of recording the video that the monthly candle is set to close. But guys, if we continue on this downtrend and gold closes around the $2,800 or below that, then I'm pretty sure that this would also be a topping tail for gold on the monthly time frame as well. So that's very, very bullish, not only for crypto but for the stock market as well, my friends, right? The next chart that I want to discuss is that of DXY. DXY is nothing but the dollar index, my friends, and on the dollar index that we are on the weekly time frame, and if you simply plot the RSI, you can see here very, very clearly that head and shoulders pattern, my friends, right? So this is a head and shoulders, and we already have a breakdown happening, right? Now there are a few lines on the DXY that is there to see, but what has happened on the DXY, and we are on the weekly time frame, is last week, that is the week starting on 3rd of February, the DXY or the dollar index actually printed a lower high after quite some time, right? since September 2024. It actually printed the first lower high, and this week we actually printed a lower low. So when I say lower high, it's compared to this high that we printed on 13th of Jan, and this week of 3rd of February we actually printed a lower low, and last week we printed a lower low here compared to the low that we had printed on the week of 27th of January. So this might be the beginning of a downtrend on the DXY as well, my friends. Now if we go to the daily on the DXY, what we can see is we made a huge doji candle back on 3rd of February, and since then it is actually coming down. The first support of course is around 105 mark, but again, from a crypto perspective, why this is important, because dollar and Bitcoin are kind of inversely related. So as dollar gets weak, the money might flow into the crypto as well, right? So international funds may also look into crypto, and that is extremely bullish from the altcoin perspective. Now if I have to talk about altcoins, and I cannot just end a video without talking about the Bitcoin dominance. So we are on the Bitcoin dominance chart right here, and Bitcoin dominance, if I have to tell you that way, is actually a week ahead of the gold chart, right? So if we look at gold and if we plot the weekly on gold, I told you, right? So we actually printed a topping tail candle here on gold on this week. However, if you go to the Bitcoin dominance, it actually printed a topping tail last week, and this week we are actually printing a kind of a bearish engulfing. We have still got about 8 hours from the time of recording this video to close this, but if we continue this way, then my belief is that altcoins are gonna gain against BTC, and we are gonna see some traction on some of those good altcoins, guys, right? Not meme coins, but some good solid altcoins, maybe the likes of Ethereum, Solana, Sui may gain against Bitcoin as well. Some of these I'm going to cover in the later half of the week as well. So this is extremely bullish, and if we go to the daily, what we can see here, Bitcoin dominance has already started coming down, my friends, from this week, right? So as we were highlighting in the weekly chart, the daily is also telling us that we had a continuous about 7 odd days where the Bitcoin dominance has actually come down. That's good sign for altcoins, right? In addition to this good sign, we also have the total 3, my friends. The total 3 on the weekly time frame, for people who do not know, the total 3 is the total market cap of all the crypto coins except Bitcoin and Ethereum, primarily talking about some of the other mid to small cap coins as well. Now on the total 3, what we can see here, last week we actually printed the bottom and we made this hammer candle, and we are printing some good decent green candle this week. Of course the 1.12 trillion is going to act as a resistance. Why? Because it was the previous high, and as we know as chartists that any previous all-time high will always act as a resistance. It acted as a resistance actually 3 or 4 times. We first tested it in the week of 2nd of December, then we got a rejection the next week, then again we tested it on the week of 13th of January, then again the next week we got a rejection. My feeling is we're gonna test it one more time, chop around it, and then break through and go to the highs of 1.5 trillion to 1.8 trillion dollars on the total 3 chart, which I believe could be the top for this market cycle, guys. So buckle up. I believe with all the macro factors coming in, with gold down, with all the dollar coming down and all the tariff wars and everything coming in, I believe there is an opportunity coming up for the altcoins to actually gain decent grounds against Bitcoin and possibly start an altcoin season, which all of us have been waiting for such long. And that's why we ask you to keep your fingers crossed, my friends. Keep your fingers crossed. Go down to the comment section, just comment fingers crossed, my friends. Just have your fingers crossed, and let's see what happens. I will keep you up to date from all the happenings that is there from the altcoins, some of the other altcoins as well, and what I believe can happen going into the future. Thank you so much for taking into this video. Take very good care of yourselves, guys. Bye bye for now.